Hi everybody, this is the Lucky TJ at Living Metaphysically. Another beautiful day. Many, almost every day is so beautiful. I just love life. Life is so awesome. And another thing about life that makes it awesome is finding out more news about Bitcoin. Alright, so here's this video today is going to be about the Bitcoin holding its position. Isn't this a cool little bike picture? I really get it. You know, it's like I think they're comparing it to holding your position when you are in one of those bike races like Tour de France or something, like, you know, like these very long races where you basically need to hold your position in order to go forward. So and you end up winning in the end because you were able to hold your position without falling too far back, which means that you don't have to do too heavy of a sprint, etc., etc. So maybe that's where they're going with this. All right, so tonight's news is coming from Cointelegraph, which is a pretty good news source that I've been looking at all for like more than a year. You know, there's others out there, but I really like this one. And so the title of the article is Total Crypto Market Cap Sees Slight Decline. Bitcoin keeps holding this position. So let's look and see what the price of Bitcoin is right now. It's at 81.77. No, excuse me, 81.99 and 76 cents. But the rest of the crypto in the top 10 went down a little bit, not by too much, except for IOTA went down 2%. Excuse me, Stellar went down 2.98%. Out of all things, Tron is up. So one of the things I was going to do was talk a little bit about Tron, but I think I'm going to skip that for another video. So let's just get back into right here and seeing what Cointelegraph is talking about for the overall market. And Bitcoin at the time, which this was a while ago, was up. It's down a little bit now, but the rest of the top 10, which these are all over the place. Doesn't this look like Christmas? Wow. All right, so here it is. Bitcoin was up slightly less than 1% over the past 24 hours and trading around 82. Of course, we know it's down right now to 81. What did we say? 81.99. And it's just talking more about how Bitcoin definitely has the dominance as I was talking about in I think yesterday's video, and Ethereum has been falling down. Here's some of the charts. Tron has seen the biggest gains over the last 24 hours, gaining almost 8.5% by the time this went out to press, which apparently was a long time ago. This week the altcoin broke into the this I thought it was interesting because I actually have some Tron, so keep going, please. I want to sell it. So this week, the altcoin has broken into the top 10 coins by market cap, with its market cap having surpassed that of Tether, which is USDT. At the press time, Tron's market cap amounts to around 2.6 billion, while Tether's market cap has fallen from its intra-week high of 2.7 billion to current 2.5. I thought that was pretty cool. So let's just look here and see what they're talking about. So you got Tron right below Tether at this point and let's just see if we refresh this real quick. Not in the top 10. Top 10 is still Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Bitcoin Cash, EOS, Stellar, Litecoin, Cardano, ADA, IOTA, Tether, and then we have Tron. So the other coin that I actually really am waiting to go back up is Neo. I don't know what's going on with Neo, but I always had liked Neo. I like the Neo project. And so I got to read a little bit more up and find out, and then when I find out, I'll make another video. So the other coin that I made a video about is Tezos, which is hanging right there, minus 0.77% at $2, which is actually, to me, actually really good. So I'm just waiting for Tezos to get up a little bit more so we can see, you know, where it's going to land. And so the rest of the market is still, some are, you know, it's sort of spotty. Mostly everything is going down, but there's a couple of coins that are holding or going up a teeny bit. So let's go back to that article and talk a little bit about what else it's saying. The SEC commissioner published an official dissent of the second rejection of the Winklevoss application for the ETF that the Winklevoss twins put in to the Security and Exchange Commission, that they wanted to have Bitcoin have an ETF, which is an exchange traded fund, and that would have made it much more legitimate. Well, it's already legitimate, but it would have brought a lot of money and attention to it that isn't there right now. And when they found out that it had been rejected, then the price of Bitcoin went down from the 85 that it had been to where it is, well, to right around hovering where we are now. All right, and then they're saying that NASDAQ held a private meeting with representatives from traditional finance and crypto industry firms to discuss a way to get the crypto industry on the path of legitimacy. I was reading a little bit about this, and people were saying, well, nonetheless, that's NASDAQ, so it's not as big a great news quite yet. We will see what happens. But one thing I thought that was interesting is another article also on Cointelegraph, which is entitled "FX Settlement Provider CLS Begins Final Testing for Blockchain Payment Banking Service." So Forex, I guess most people know what Forex is. It's the foreign exchange, and they have a company called there's a company called CLS that's in the that is in the process of testing the blockchain payment service for banks and financial news. So that's going to be super great. Let's go ahead and do a Google, or maybe I'll do a pre-search search of CLS, and if it doesn't come up with anything, then we'll use Forex. There it is, and we'll get so we find out what it is. CLS Group is a U.S. specialist U.S. financial institution that provides settlement services to its members in the Forex foreign exchange market. So that sounds really like something that will bring a lot of money and a lot of interest into Bitcoin, because everyone knows that when you have any additional legitimacy for cryptocurrency, particularly Bitcoin, then a lot of people take notice, and then people start to buy it. So that could possibly so I am not a financial advisor, but I can just give you my opinion. But is that should this happen, when they're able to firm up their blockchain, then what it should do is help the price of Bitcoin rise. So there's a lot of speculation about how much Bitcoin might go up to in this year by the time 2018 is over. So we will see what it is that causes the price to rise or not. So we should pretty confident that it will rise, and we'll see what will happen. So let's go back to the article. CLS has been working with tech company IBM to introduce the blockchain-powered payment netting service. The system is set to be incorporated in banking IT systems to boost the level of standardization in the global FX market, as well as reduce costs of the process. So that's really exciting. And so this solves a real problem. You can go on to Cointelegraph and read the rest of this article, but I thought it was pretty interesting. And I'm excited that there's so much news that is happening, and we will see exactly what happens with this particular project. So sounds good. And with that, I'm not going to take too much more time on here. I'm just going to go ahead and talk to the shameless thing that I have is that keep yourself financially educated. And one of the things that is a great source for financial education is Unifii. So I'm going to put my link in the description. And if you like my video, and if you like, here, I'm going to push this back. And if you also like the types of videos that I make, subscribe. And my motto is question everything so that you can see what is in the way of you having your ultimate wonderful dream of who you want to be in this life. If you don't do that, then you may be walking around not knowing anything about how your own mind works, what's in your mind, how did your ideas get planted there. And I think it's really important that people really get it, that if you do not know how your ideas and what's in your own mind and how your ideas got planted there, then you could be operating on other people's ideas without even making clear choices about what goes on in your life. So that's why I had that motto. And with that, I wish you the best success and get in our Unifii team, because we have the best. Unifii itself is really awesome, and we are the best marketing team around, and you will be able to hit your goals for making yourself a success with Unifii, and I personally will work with all of my people to get you to your goal. So be on my team. You get me, you get the rest of our leaders, and it's very exciting. All right, on that note, peace out.